Hello
And welcome.
to the Gorilla Hotline.
We're here.
Long awaited.
It's been a little while. We were sorting some shit out, and now we're back. Who cares? Let's just not talk about it. Okay? Don't make it weird. We're back. Our hats are on the hanger, right? Our long coats are there. Our burnt cigarettes have been flicked away outside.
You sound like a prodigal son coming back for Christmas.
That sexy film noir music's playing.
Oh, no.
No. The whiskey with the rocks is waiting for us. Got one glass to share on the bar. We're back.
Yeah.
And that's it. And that, you know what? Fuck you, because that's all we have to say about it.
Hey, don't swear.
No, hold me back. And look, we don't need to explain what we've been. Shit's just, life comes at you.
Golly, put the bat down.
And that's just the way it is.
Yeah, it's been a journey, you know.
And the journey continues.
The journey continues. The adversity has made us stronger.
Exactly.
We don't want to talk about it.
Yeah, I don't stop making me bring it up. Stop asking. Stop asking, because I'm not going to talk about it.
This tangent's gone on long enough.
Okay, but I'm just saying,
Yeah, we're not bringing it back up.
Yeah. So making direct eye contact with me either. I don't like it.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Are you like a wild animal? You feel threatened by direct eye contact.
Yeah. So the other day, no bullshit. The other day I was coming into the gym, and some guy was leaving as I was entering. We made eye contact, but it was one of those fucking stupid man things where neither of you want to break eye contact first. And so we literally just looked at each other and like heads swiveled, and I was like, oh my god, it's gonna be one of these situations. But I was like, well, I'm not fucking breaking eye contact first. You know what I did? As I realised, like, okay, well, I either physically turn around. At that point, that's too aggressive in it to continue the eye contact. So what I did was I gave him I raised my eyebrows a little bit. And then I was like, well, he probably thought I was making a pass at him or something. It only occurred to me afterwards. I was like,
so you had like a weird man confrontation moment, but you probably brightened his day.
Like in my head, I was like, raise your eyebrows to show your dominance. But then in actuality, it was like, you probably thought like, I'd probably fuck you.
So in an attempt to come out as the manlier one,
you
ended up coming across as inclined to the same sex.
Potentially. Hey, but what's more manly than that?
What, gay sex? I mean, technically you're right.
Yeah.
Technically you're right, but...
I mean, again, it wasn't what I was... Again, just to emphasise what I was going for. I was going for the manly high ground of like, I'm not scared of you, right?
But I will bed you if it need be.
But look, if you want to start a loving relationship, maybe get to know each other.
You know, get a mortgage in both our names.
Just, I don't know, whatever. So, yeah. There's like a weird click, like, you know the movie Click with Adam Sandler?
Yeah.
It's like a weird thing, like whenever I raise my eyebrows with this particular guy, something like insane happens. Like next week we're on our first date.
Next thing there's a couple of boys
raise
in the
my
mix.
Raise my eyebrows again. Next thing,
couple of boys
where like I'm meeting his parents.
Yeah.
But yeah, again, look, just to make it abundantly clear,
you know that movie Click.
Yeah.
I watched it for the first time when I was maybe 13.
Yeah.
That movie made me scared of aging. That movie scared the shit out of me.
But look, there wasn't. I mean,
I've overcome that fear now because growing up, I've understood it's a part of life. But the way Adam Sandler, I mean, we're making Adam Sandler out to be like some visionary in the movie industry, which I don't think he is. But you know, that movie did have a very clear message.
He's definitely found his niche.
Yeah, but the way he just kind of like, you know, one moment he was like middle-aged, and then things start to spiral, and he's like on his deathbed.
Yeah.
And I was like, whoa, that is some dread I am feeling right now.
But doesn't he start skipping like sex?
No, because the whole premise was that the remote
would
understand what he wanted and act on its own.
It would start automatically skipping things. Yeah.
So to the point where it went beyond his control, and he started skipping everything that made life worth living, and he ended up just on his deathbed.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Well, I can't remember what. I remember there was a point where he paused and he like farted in his what's his face or
Paul
something.
Hasselhoff.
And then, I mean, to be honest, that little bit of the movie where he farts in the guy's face, in Hasselhoff's face, and Hasselhoff goes,
"Did you put Stacey? Did you put shit in my sandwich?"
That's actually quite funny.
Yeah.
So just this tastes like shit in here. Like that's pretty funny. It's a good concept.
Yeah.
It's a good concept.
I think the delivery,
Yeah.
was pretty good.
It's just a funny, yeah.
Low brow
It was
mind.
it was a passable fart joke.
I mean,
And then if you have any passable movie fart jokes that you think about every now and again, send them in.
hello@gorillahotline.com or gorillahotline.com/submissions.
Yeah. Or
That's still a thing, by the way.
like DM us on Instagram with your favourite fart. This is so we've come back and we've made it even lower than it's
Do you think we're being overzealous with our point humor?
maybe. But look, I think we've made it's been a little while, we're just trying to get back
Hey,
into the
don't
groove.
address it. I don't want to talk about it.
We have to, oh yeah, shit. Sorry,
First story.
I'm sorry.
First story.
We don't want to talk about it. Why'd you make us talk about it? We said we didn't want to talk about it.
God damn it, Dad.
Do you want to do the first story or do you want me to do
I don't mind doing the first story.
Allow us to enter the first post.
First post. Am I the arsehole for making our daughter, 17 female, clean our horses' stalls against her will? We recently...
Clean our horses' stalls against her will. You own horses.
Yeah.
Oh.
Otherwise, what have you got stalls for?
Yeah, but it's just so... That's so, like, highbrow.
Yeah, we're travelling
You know what I mean?
upon a class of person we're not used to dealing with.
That's mental.
Um,
Well, she said she wanted ponies.
but we got her a horse.
Okay, fine. Go on. Let's
Yeah.
see.
We recently got 2 horses, as you do.
Uh-huh.
My younger daughter, 13, wanted them as she's learning to ride. My older daughter, 17, was against them. She's much more princessy and didn't want to deal with the mess and chores that come with horses. But we told her it wouldn't be something she'd have to deal with and that her younger sister promised to take care of all of it. Well, recently the older daughter has been disrespectful at home and staying out too late, and her grades have been slipping. We warned her to shape up, but last week when we heard that she'd been needlessly insulting to her younger sister while I was out running errands, I told her that she'd be cleaning out the stable each day for the next week as punishment.
You want to talk all that shit? Go clean some.
And that her sister would get a break.
Oh.
She got really upset and offended and said we'd promised she'd never have to go in there or have to scoop horse poop. I said I promised it wouldn't be one of your chores, of course, but obviously a punishment is supposed to be something outside of your normal chores and something you won't like.
Okay.
And I thought it was perfectly fair here. She's been doing it 3 days now, but seems to be very resentful of our broken promise, acting very disgusted, and she keeps begging to get out of the rest of it. But I said I thought it's very fair and that she's overreacting. Am I the arsehole?
For making my daughter clean shit.
From a horse.
Is that all of it?
Yeah.
I wish she went into what her daughter said exactly.
Kind of do too. We can imagine it,
It's a good punishment. It's a good punishment, I think. I mean, horses are scary though.
Well, she's not cleaning.
She's around the horses.
Yeah, but
Maybe she's, I don't know.
I feel like we're looking into irrelevant aspects of this.
Yeah, no, it's not that deep. Yeah, that's fine. I mean, if her grades have been slipping, so I'm going to make her clean shit. Talk to her, surely.
Well, no, because
why are your grades slipping? What's going on? I told her she'd never have to deal with horses, and now she has to deal with the horses.
When I was growing up, the worst thing my mum could do to me was take my games away, right?
Mm.
So, because obviously that was the worst punishment she could impart upon me.
Yeah.
And it worked, because more often than not, when I wasn't getting slapped up, that was the occurrence. I'd have my privileges taken from me. I would learn from it, and in a sense, it was an efficient way for her to make me regret my actions. So it makes sense that she cannot stand the idea of cleaning the horse manure. If she's misbehaving, they're a affluent family, if they can own horses, use your daughter's disgust against her to teach her a lesson. I think that's fair play. It's not as though they got the horses and the younger daughter hasn't been looking after them. She has, allegedly, by what's been said.
2 horses as well.
2 horses, that's a lot of
shit.
That's a lot of shit.
Yeah.
How big are the horses? How big a horse are we talking?
Yeah, she hasn't even given us the age of the horses.
Oh, yeah.
As well. She hasn't said ponies, so they're obviously full grown. So
yeah. I think in this scenario it's fair play. That's my take on it. It'd be like, if you don't break the law, I promise you're not going to go to prison. That's the same reasoning we're going with.
But also as well, like the daughter is kind of stupid. If she does a bad job with it, then they'll give up. Like, how does she not see that? Like, look, like, for example, my stepdad, he used to get me to clean his car. He made me do it twice. First time, he had to take it to get repaired because there were scratches all over it. The second time, the same thing happened. Because it was supposed to be, I think it was a mix of like teaching me discipline, but then also, you know, kind of a punishment, whatever. It would take like a whole day as well. It was just so long.
Was it just because you weren't cleaning it up to his standards? Like,
I think it was a mix. It was, yeah, I think at one point it was like, oh, it's not as good as it could be or whatever. And I was like, what the fuck?
it's good, but it could be better.
Yeah.
Come on, team.
He had to get his car repaired twice. After the second time, you ever think he asked me to do it again? Absolutely not.
Gave up.
So here's what I'm saying, right? For 17-year-olds listening, just do a bad job. Spread the shit all over the place, patty cake it into the ground a little bit, smear it out all over the floor. Done.
Just
They're gonna be like, you haven't done a good job, and then just like a bit of dribble out your mouth. I'm doing the best I can.
They get you like, what's the word? Lock you up in a.
They fucking put you in the barn as well.
As punishment, your sister will be the one putting a saddle on you.
Cleaning out like horse manure or whatever. It's not. I wouldn't say that's an unreasonable punishment because it pushes you out of your comfort zone. The whole time you're going to be thinking like at some point when you get over that like that chin part of your brain that's like, I don't want to be doing this.
Yeah, your daughter sounds soft, to be fair.
Yeah. Eventually, like you even described her as a bit of a princess too. Yeah. Eventually, once she gets past the annoyance of the thing, she'll be like, okay, I remember why I'm out here.
I can't help but feel like him describing her as princessy is quite resentful.
Was it him?
Well, you know, I don't know, him, her.
I read it like it was the mother reading it or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe it's a subconscious thing.
Whatever, him, her, mother, father.
It doesn't. Yeah, the parent. A parent. Ultimately, it doesn't matter. A nondescript. What's the name? What's the user? Let's just have a. Let's not say what the. Yeah, I think it's a mom.
Anyway.
Yeah.
I mean, if she's princessy, then who's to blame for that?
3 days in and she's moaning.
Well, to be fair.
3 days.
Well, you know.
How long does it? No, but like 2. Okay.
How long does it take to break a person?
I was gonna say, how long does it take to clean up, like to clean a barn?
Well, horses share every day, no?
Well, yeah, but I'm saying, how long does it? How really is like an hour? Because then you got what? Obviously, it's a case of like you got to clean it up, take it to
wherever it needs to go.
Wherever. Can you use horse?
For fertilizer?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think so. I feel like the agricultural aspect is beyond us. But
Yeah.
the point is
Because
that
maybe she's putting it in like a compost bin and she's mixing it with like weeds and stuff.
why does it matter?
Because then that affects how long the
No,
process is. Because it's not like they're like get up at 6 a.m.
Look.
be done by 9 a.m.
The process
go
is
about the day.
irrelevant. The process is irrelevant. What's important is that it helps build character. Yeah, and if she's resenting it, that's good. It's good that she's resenting it. She should like double down and tell her if she keeps asking to stop to double the punishment. Yeah, then she'll really shut
What
the
if she
fuck up.
secretly loves it?
Then she's
Starts doing it for decades.
then double it. She's in her 80s, shoveling.
But I hate this.
Carry on. The horses are long gone. Like the horses are dead. We don't know how manure keeps getting in there, but it does. So she get to shoveling.
Someone look. All I'm saying is shit keeps turning up in the barn, and
You're the one that
someone's
needs to
got
clean
to
it.
be there to shovel it.
So get to it.
I actually don't. I'm imagining myself. I guess if I was being forced to do it, then that's something. If you ask me right now, gun to my head, go clean up some manure. I'd be
Well,
like,
I wouldn't
"Alright."
be asking you.
You
Put
said
gun
to
to
me-
your head.
Well, if you said to me, gun to my head, go clean up some manure in a barn. Gun to my head, I'd be like, all right.
Yeah, because it's a gun to your head. You either get the shovel or your life. That's a fair.
No, I don't want to do it.
Listen,
Bang.
shoveling shit is beneath me. I'd rather that bang.
Lost your life over that.
Right. If ever there was a display of human hubris,
Your Honor, he held a gun to
the victim's
the
head,
victim's head and he
The
said,
victim
clean the manure or
the victim
your life.
refused, to do a menial task
Things
live.
spiraled. He felt he had to prove a point,
So he popped in.
and the point was proven, Your Honour. No further questions.
Well, you were making a statement, no
No
further question.
I said no further questions.
Your Honour.
That's starting to sound like your voice went higher towards the end of that sentence, Your Honour, and that sounded like a question. And I did clarify. No further
Objection, Your Honour.
no objection.
That inflection clearly.
Jury, do you not agree? Someone, you bold man in the jury, do you
Who,
not?
me?
You do you not agree that sounded like a question?
I'm sorry.
No further. I said, don't ask us about it. It's no further question. I don't want to talk about.
Why we've been gone for a month.
Let's look at some comments.
Yeah.
Read some comments.
No, but yeah, closing thoughts, because
yeah.
we really went off track there. I think the thing that
There's not much to work with. They didn't give us the name.
No, do you know what it is? I think there's clearly a class divide. What?
They didn't give us the name of the horses as well. I think that matters at all. I'm feeding the horses madras sauce tonight.
Fucking hell. Hey yo, before the race,
I'm sure Buttercup loves Vindaloo.
nitro fuel the horses, man.
No, Mom, please. That's the reason why she hates it.
The younger daughter's like doping the horses with like nitro.
Passes out multiple times whilst shoveling.
She's like in the races. She's like, Buttercup, we're losing. Time to get out the Vindaloo. He's like, then the nose activates.
All right. Well, yeah. Sorry to actually finish our point.
All I was saying
She's
was
all right.
All I was saying was the key points. If there is some coherence to be found in this story, is that it's a fair punishment. It's the daughter needs the parent needs to make sure the daughter sticks to it because that's how she'll understand the error of her ways. Even though at 17 it's a bit difficult to impart life lessons, if you ask me.
True. Because
they're basically a fully grown adult at that point, and
yeah, you're too late. You've missed the boat.
Yeah, but I digress. And the third point,
you should have started making your daughter shovel at like 12.
Yeah.
Before you even had horses.
Yeah, and the most glaring issue here is that there's clearly a massive class divide here, and we can't wrap our head around it.
Yeah, it's just such a
alien concept to us.
Yeah, and so I made her deal with the horses.
A cruel punishment would have been if a daughter was a vegan, and they made her gut the pigs and shit.
Yeah, that would have been.
Woo.
Assuming that they have pigs, yeah.
Well, I mean, I assume they own land, so pigs aren't really out the question. Anyway, let's look at the comments.
But yeah. Ultimately, I think we're both in agreement. It's not that deep.
Yeah, I mean, it's fair game, you know.
So the highest rated comment: horses are a pretty big gift. Does your oldest child get the same treatment as your youngest child? It could be resentment building up and causing her to act out. That's a bit of an assumption.
It is.
It's a bit of a huge assumption.
Very much an assumption.
Just because she's like, I got my younger daughter horses. One would assume that the older daughter also gets like decent gifts.
Yeah, if maybe she's not into horses, maybe she got a car.
Yeah. And then someone said, I was wondering the same thing, and being forced to take care of her sister's huge gift will only make resentment worse. And also calling her princessy. The older daughter who's pretty little has 2 horses, everyone needs at least 2, don't they?
Yo, read them out loud, dude.
Sorry. So then I'm just reading a thread of comments at the moment. So it says, also calling her princessy. Younger daughter gets horses, but it's the older daughter who's princessy. I'll be honest, this whole thread of comments just seems like people who are mad that they don't have horses.
I'm kind of mad I don't have horses.
I wouldn't want a horse, to be honest.
I like horses.
They're kind of long though, isn't it?
Yeah, but that's why you get servants to clean up after them for you.
Yeah, like you don't get horses unless someone else. You get like a horse caretaker with the horses. Yeah, a stable person.
Yeah, I mean
mentally. Nah, I can hack it.
Hey, are you mentally?
You're hired. No,
horses are just going crazy around the dude. He keeps spooking them. Every so often they break out of the barn with the doors closed.
Well, the horse is gone. Nah, look. Yeah, it's I don't know. It's just long. Yeah, that whole Anyway, sorry. That whole little thread there just seems like people who are like, it's not fair.
Okay, let's see if we can get some insight from the other comments.
Okay, so someone else said, "You're the asshole. You bought 2 horses for your younger daughter and promised the older daughter she wouldn't have to be involved in their care. You broke your promises. There were plenty of adequate and appropriate punishments available you could have given your daughter for staying out late and letting her grades slip. Are you deliberately trying to stir up resentment between the 2 sisters? Because this is how you get resentment between 2 sisters."
That's such bullshit, man. Like, it's like, so okay, look, so what if they promise you wouldn't have to do it, right? And okay, her misbehaving is not a normal circumstance. Okay, it's not a business as usual type situation. She broke the law. She is getting punished. Yeah. And that's that. You know,
something out of your comfort
zone.
zone.
I'm not saying
it's not like she sent her to the military.
Yeah. Ooh, that would have been cool.
That would have been nuts.
That would have been cool.
But yeah, like
kick the princess out of her. Give me 10.
Yeah.
But look, I don't know. It just seems a bit stupid because it's like, you know, parents can kind of turn around and say, "Is that how you want to play it?" and give you an ironic punishment to teach you a lesson. I think that's fair. You know.
It's fine, dude. It's fine. I don't know. Like someone else said, younger sister also benefits from the punishment and may accuse the older sister of stuff to retain these benefits. But the thing about that comment is that is under the guise that everything the mother said was from the younger daughter's mouth. It's not like the young daughter went, her grades are slipping, and also she's been staying out late. The mum observed that herself.
Or
punishment. Oh, dad,
yeah.
Whatever.
I'm gonna make a clean shit because no one made me do it.
Yeah.
No.
And yeah, so it's not like the daughter locked her out of the house and like started, you know, busting into the exam rooms and scribbling on her papers. She did this all to herself. She was late home. She messed up her, you know, the exams that she was taking or whatever.
Staying out late.
Yeah, staying out late.
As I said, it's a fair punishment. We are of the opinion it's a fair punishment.
Yeah.
So let's not let's try and move on.
It will stick with you as well. It'll
that's
really
what I
stick
mean.
with you.
There's got to be an element of irony to the punishment because it's got to teach you a lesson. You know, it's got to be thematic.
Because at some point, the idea of a good punishment, I think, is at some point your child brain is able to stop in the madness and the frustration of the situation and observe and go, yeah, I was out of line.
And furthermore, can I ask? Like, what can you do to punish a 17-year-old child? I ask you. Like, what can you do that hasn't... They're months away from being an adult, okay? What more can you do to, like, instill some discipline in the house? There's not much, man. Like... You know, I think that the parent here did the best they could with what they had, and the best they could with what they had just happened to be very expensive property.
Yeah.
So, you know, get to caretaking, little shit.
I don't. As a 17-year-old, I feel like at no point is your daughter going to be like, this is all my little sister's fault.
Yeah.
It's a weird path of.
I mean, I was
thinking
at 17 personally. I was quite unreasonable, but not this unreasonable.
Yeah, it's like imagine you, for whatever reason. I mean, this is obviously a very this is a very slapdash example. But imagine you get like, let's say you get slapped by your mum and you turn around and you punch your sister. Like, it doesn't make any sense. Like, that's kind of like. That's
but if you punch your sister and get slapped by your mum, then it does make sense.
Yes, exactly. Like, there's a line of authority here, and that's all that's happening right now. So, on all you Reddit lot who are saying that this is unreasonable punishment, it's fine.
Yeah.
There's not going to be any resentment.
I feel like you lot need to
grow up.
You need to grow up.
You guys are soft too, bro.
Yeah, to be honest.
Yeah, you guys need to shovel some shit.
You're getting there. Here's a shovel. Here's some overalls. Get on with it.
Yeah, not up in it. Not up. Shut up.
Yeah.
Next story.
Well, no, wait, hang on. See if any comments say anything else, because I feel like we've really just kind of like drilled into whether the nature of the punishment was adequate or not. But let's see if they like bring up anything else of value real quick before we move on.
Someone said, "You're making her clean up shit as a punishment. You're the asshole. You've deliberately chosen something you know she will hate. That's just spiteful. Punishment is revoking privileges or taking away electronics. Maybe even grounding / loss of allowance.
Yeah.
not shoveling shit. No, but it's a more concise punishment. You know what I mean? Like, look, you take away electronics for like 2 weeks, or you make her shovel shit for like a few days,
A week.
a week.
Nah, I
Yeah.
disagree. Look, okay, it's a matter of she was well out of line. She did a lot of bad stuff. The punishment had to fit the severity of the crime, and there you have it.
Oh, I think okay. So just to try and understand these people, everyone's annoyed because the younger daughter gets a break from cleaning up.
Whatever.
But then that's not the point. The point is to I don't know. Again, I think we're both of the opinion of 17 is a bit too late to have menial punishments like this.
What, you mean, like revoking of privileges?
No, I think that's fine. But I think shit shoveling at 17 it's not going to be as impactful.
Well, it's a last ditch of effort.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know.
Fuck it. Next story.
Yeah, okay. People are just moaning that it's not fair that younger.
Today we learned Reddit is soft. What's the news?
You made it. You made a promise. You broke it.
Okay.
Yeah, people are okay. Finally, sorry. Okay, just so it's just not all one tone.
Yeah.
Just quickly, someone's actually questioned: have you asked your 17-year-old daughter why her grades are slipping, and why she's acting the way she is?
Well, of course, dialogue is often a recourse when it comes to understanding what your child is going through. But
Yeah.
do you know what I mean? Like, with kids like these, little do we know, sometimes they're beyond the scope of sitting down and chatting to them. You know, some kids are just like, because you can try and talk to them,
Yeah.
and at the end of the day, they'll just not resent you, but they'll just give you lip anyway. So
The thing is, someone replied to this and said, "My guess is that her parents bought her younger sibling horses that cost thousands of dollars and call her a princess, but she wants nothing to do with them." But then, fuck it, we're going in a loop.
yeah, that's what
But
I mean. Let's
the
move
point
on.
I'm making is I think this huge assumption that like all of the parents' money have gone into just these horses and they have nothing to spare, and the older daughter doesn't get anything she ever wants.
What were you expecting? A life story of his whole family's
Yeah.
wealth?
You've been given a small snippet of, an insight into a family's life, and whether the mom, wants to know, like, whether she thinks things are fair or not. And I don't know. I don't
Let's
think it's
move
that
on.
deep.
Let's
I don't
move on.
think it's
Let's
that
move
deep.
on. Fuck it. Let's move on. Yeah. Okay. Quick verdict. The parent isn't the asshole. Reddit, you need to seriously like reevaluate what disciplining children is about.
I was going to say, it seems as though when we that last time we were doing, like the last time we were on this subreddit for the pod, it seems like stepmothers were like
Season 2, daughters
Yeah,
are the enemy.
it seems like stepmothers last time were like flavor of the month. Everyone hated their stepmothers or their mother-in-laws or whatever.
Friendship with daughter ended, and how stepmom is my new best
And
friend.
now those stepmothers, mother-in-laws or whatever have now taken over the subreddit. They're like, well, actually, these daughters.
So you're saying there's been an indoctrination by the enemy?
We're not all that bad, you see, and like, yeah, it just seems to have like flipped. But now it seems like all of the stepmothers coming in, or mothers are coming in with their problems. Everyone's going, no, you guys are still the arseholes. You guys are still just because you're the ones typing it now, it doesn't make you.
No, they can smell they can smell the dirty arsehole.
Yeah, you guys still suck. Like, you guys aren't great either, or you guys were never great. Anyway, all right, let's find another one. All right, let's see. All right, yeah, go on. I mean, we've done.
Go on.
We did one with a coworker ages ago, but this could be a good one.
Let's get it. Next story.
Next story.
Story number 2.
Story you are. I, 28 female, am a foster kid. Well, you're not a foster kid anymore, are you?
I mean, you're a foster person.
You're
You're a foster.
legally, you're a foster adult now. Clowning on someone with no parents. Anyway, okay, I'm sorry.
Imagine being 28 and no one's adopted you yet.
Loser.
All the kids are like laughing at her as they walk out with their new set of parents.
she's still got like a Dora Explorer backpack on. That's just not
I'm
fair.
I'm never gonna be loved.
So just to clarify, am I the arsehole for the way I respond to my new co-workers' personal questions? I, 28F, am a foster adult. Long story short, dad drug dealer, mom drug addict. Mom died and dad went to jail for life. No family to take me on. Bounced in the system from ages 7 to 18. Then I became homeless, worked as an escort, went to college, and this is currently my second corporate job. Damn.
Hard mode life.
Damn, that's rough. Hey.
You've been through it.
Hey man, I hope things getting better.
Hey, I'm sorry to hear that.
So, like you might imagine, I do not like to talk about my personal life. Well, no one would if they had that personal life.
Yep.
Even more so because of my first corporate job, where I was the last to be given time off during holidays or summer because I was a single woman without children. When I started at my current job, I made the decision that I was not going to get to know anyone. Colleagues will just say that. Colleagues will just stay just that, colleagues. So, I arrive at my desk at 8:45. I'm out the door at 5. I take my lunch break outside the office. Don't take my breaks with the others. Refuse all invites to things outside of work. My new colleagues got the hint when I just said no, thank you. When they would invite me. When I opted out of my Secret Santa, even though it was obvious that I celebrated. And when instead of going to my colleague's wedding, I RSVP'd no, then sent a gift. That's nice. They leave me alone, I leave them alone, but we are friendly and I'm happy to lend a hand when needed.
Yeah, no, that's perfect professionalism.
Yeah.
You know something? I have utmost respect for that.
Yeah, it's reasonable.
I have utmost respect for that because it's like
I wouldn't have even sent a gift.
Yeah.
If I'm honest with you.
Yeah. Like she's actually, to be fair, I'll make a quick observation before you carry on that. Sometimes avoidance of like, you know what I mean? Like when you push people away like that, it kind of like, pushes them to be more like curious about you because you create that air of mystique, if you will.
True.
But albeit the way she's done it is quite masterful in the sense that she's just kept about enough distance for people to get the gist. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's very respectable. Like I rate this woman. But crack on.
Yeah, it's fine. Like, I think.
Yeah.
Again, like in my opinion, you've gone above and beyond so far. Because it's like I would not bother. I'd not bother to go that as far as to give them shit. It's my money. You know what I mean? And you've made an active choice to not like even get to know them that well. So really, you don't even know them that well, and you've still gifted them something. That's sweet. Yeah. All right. Anyway.
Perfect professional.
Yeah.
Crack on.
Sure.
Yeah. Crack on.
Then this woman started with us almost 3 months ago. She's very outgoing and social. Made friends with the whole office within the first week, and seems to take it as a personal challenge that I do not talk about my personal life. I've known colleagues like that. They are irritating.
Vile individual.
There's something wrong with them.
I hate them. I'm quite reserved too. Like obviously you wouldn't be able to tell because we're making a podcast. But in truth, I don't really. It's kind of redundant for me not to really elaborate in conversation when I'm often quite open about things on the podcast. But it's not so much I don't want to share. It's like I can't be bothered for like small talk most of the time.
I just don't like people knowing what I'm doing.
Yeah,
as well. Yeah. It's like my business. You know what I mean? Like with close, like with you, it's different.
Well, we know each other a long time.
Yeah. But you know what I mean though, like randoms. Like I don't want people to know if I'm going on holiday. Or if I'm like doing any, like even on the weekends, it's like I keep it bare minimum. Yeah. But yeah, so I can see. I think what I'm trying to say is I can see where this like woman's coming from.
Yeah. But yeah, go on.
She likes her sense of privacy.
Yeah, absolutely. Rightfully so.
Anyway, it's literally as you said as well. So instead of backing off, she doubled her efforts, and it's not in a creepy way. Or a way that would allow me to go to HR, I don't like it. Finally, fed up with her, instead of trying to redirect the conversation or changing the subject, I just stare at her dead in the eyes without saying anything.
What an alpha. What an alpha.
Yesterday, she came by my desk and asked if I had plans this weekend. I said, yes, I do. It didn't elaborate. Oh, love that. Then she asked me what my plans were and if I had someone special that I was going to spend my time with. So I just stared at her, dead in the eye, and said nothing for minutes. At first she was annoyed, then started rambling. Then she turned red and left in a hurry. Another colleague sitting close by gave me this disappointed look and told me that they understood I was a private person, but that was no way to treat someone who was genuinely friendly, someone who was trying to include me in the social life of the office. So
Who asked? Who asked?
So am I the asshole? People like that are social parasites, bro. They are social fucking parasites. But don't you want to be involved in the office banner? No, she doesn't. Leave her alone.
I got friends and family outside this place. I don't need you to feel.
I am here to fill my wallet. Just my wallet. That's it. Do you know I've talked about this before on podcasts. You know how tired I get from social interaction?
I see.
Like, genuinely, it is exhausting. Like, when I it is triple as exhausting when it's like I don't want it as well.
When I had, as you know, I had a job interview on Friday, right?
Yeah.
Listen, man, I was preparing all morning for that interview. I had that interview at 3:00. After the interview, I promise you, I was shattered. I could not do anything.
Yeah.
I couldn't bring myself to do anything. I was so depleted that I did something I never do, and I ordered in instead of cooking.
That's fair.
I could not. I was just like
victory lap, isn't it?
a little bit, yeah. But it was just kind of like I turned to Jess. I was like, Jess, you're not gonna get anything out of me today, like in the sense of, moving, because I'm done. Like today I'm done. Like I cannot push myself to anything else. I couldn't go. I was meant to go gym. I didn't go.
Yeah.
I was meant to cook. I didn't cook. I was meant to clean. I didn't clean. But because I had to I had to smile the whole time, talk about myself in a positive way, which I don't like doing. And afterwards, I was just like, after all the preparation, all the nerves, I was just like, no, I've had enough today.
It's just, like, look, she obviously, socially, she knows her limits. She can't be bothered to get involved in office stuff. And that's fine. I've been, I don't want to say in exactly the same situation, but I've been in very similar situations where I'm like, nah, I don't want to go out with you guys. Like, I'm good.
I've never gone out with my colleagues.
Yeah,
Never.
It's just like, I mean, I've done it a few times and it's been quite fun.
I've never in my life. The only time, well, we've worked together.
Yeah.
And I've gone out with you. So technically I have.
Yeah.
But, you
did start making podcasts with me, so.
Yeah, but we didn't know each other through work.
Yeah, true.
Like, so what I mean is that you were my friend before we were colleagues, so technically it still doesn't count because we worked together, us and another, shout out to Carla, and us lot all going out together after work, and that doesn't really count as, to me, didn't really count as drinks with colleagues. It just counted as drinks with friends.
Yeah.
But anyway, I digress. Typically, even when I worked in other places, they would always ask me, we're all going for drinks afterwards. Are you coming? And I was like, no, thank you. And they were like, oh no, come on, you gotta come. I was like, and in sincere, in complete honesty, it's not because I didn't like my colleagues, but I just wanted to go home to Jess. That's all I wanted to do after work. I was like, I miss my girlfriend. Yeah, I might be a clingy fucker.
Yeah.
But I'd rather, after having spent all day with you, I want to go to her and I've had enough of you today. See ya. That was literally my whole reasoning. What we were trying to get at is that being reserved in the workplace is perfectly acceptable, and you're not doing them any favors trying to forcibly include them. Like you're not some like social savior who's doing anyone any much needed service. You're actively being a nuisance. Not only did they have a very difficult life, I don't blame her for trying to keep a low profile. If people knowing more about you is a detriment to you, then why would you want to share? Because remember, these people are not your friends; they're your colleagues.
Yeah.
It's just always gonna be. That's always gonna be the dynamic. It's like, haha, yeah, we all went for drinks. We all had a jolly on at the Christmas party, but so and so from this department needs this done, and if you don't do it, it's going to cause a knock-on effect for the whole operation. And so what if you got time booked off? You know, where are your obligations? Do you know what I mean? Like, people knowing, the more people know about you, the more they can use that information against you. And keeping a low profile is your only defense from that.
And right, look, this isn't even a tinfoil theory. This is just straight facts for you, right? These companies absolutely love it when all of the employees mingle and start organizing stuff outside of work. You know, start doing all this stuff on their own accord, right? Because ultimately, what it means is it tightens you guys as a unit, and it means you're less likely to leave.
Yeah,
it reduces your not like
staff
heavily.
turnover.
Yeah, it not massively, but it slightly reduces your chances of leaving because you're like, oh well, the colleagues are so great. Like, I've had jobs in the past where people haven't left for better opportunities because they're like, oh, but I love the people I work with. It's like, yeah, but they're not paying your bills though.
That I completely disregard that aspect.
Yeah, you should. It's of the mentality of like, well, it's the same with school friends, isn't it? It's like, if they're truly like really good friends, then you'll stick with them after. Yeah. Like, you'll stay in touch. Yeah. After the fact. We're very much on our side, it seems. I mean,
absolutely.
I mean, it's hard not to be. To be fair, like,
I'm in defense of every introvert out there. You do you, brother.
Yeah. And like, it's like you admit you're like very open with the fact like you had a difficult life. Things haven't always been easy, or things have seemingly never been easy.
No. Only now she seems to have found some balance.
Yeah.
And even then, people are still trying to rock it.
Yeah, man.
You know, because people, I imagine,
leave her be.
They don't know what she's been through, so.
And she doesn't want them to.
No.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, let's look at it this way. This is a battle-hardened individual. Like, this person has faced enough adversity for a lifetime.
Yeah.
You know, so she's not on the same wavelength as these people who probably had a normal childhood, normal upbringing. Yeah, their fair share of, you know, difficulties in life, but nothing on her level. And if there is someone like that, then it's highly unlikely for them to have managed to pull through like she has.
She's trying to write it out, yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
And
she's just trying to write it out.
You know, she may come across as a social outcast, but to me, she's just an alpha, because it's like, for someone to ask you a question, for you to completely just like...
That's such a good detail. I stared at her for minutes. Those minutes must have felt like, like hours, dude.
But...
Like, how are you doing? Oh, what did you say? Oh, so you're up to something this weekend. What did you say you're up to?
Yeah. Painful, isn't it?
You're just like, I'm trying to be a good colleague.
You know something? Like, if that were me, I mean, it wouldn't, because I would never go out that much out my way to get to know someone at work, right?
Yeah.
But if that were me being treated like that, I'd be like, what the fuck is your problem? Like, I think I'd get confrontational personally.
But then it's like what she said. It's like, it's not enough. These social butterflies, this particular breed, they know how to walk the line in it. They know that they know how to implement like enough pressure.
Yeah.
So that you don't have enough like juice to go to HR. You know what I mean? So they'll be nice enough, like irritatingly nice enough, where you can't do anything.
They will walk the line of, it's such a minor offense.
Yeah.
Like,
what's wrong? I'm just trying to be friendly. We should go for drinks after work.
No, go away.
Go. Oh, you've been at my desk now for like 4 hours. Like, how have you not met your quota for the day?
Yeah.
Yeah. Why are you still here? Why are you still here?
Yeah.
Go away.
Yeah. I guess we said a fair bit on the matter. Hey.
Yeah.
Not as much as we did the prior, but that's because this hits a bit closer to home as fellow introverts. You know.
Okay, fine. Let's play devil's advocate. Let's play devil's advocate for a second.
Yeah.
Maybe she needs some friends. Maybe the socialization could be good for her. Maybe she just doesn't talk about family stuff because that seems to have screwed her over in her last corporate job. Although everyone should just be equals. In an ideal work environment, everyone is equals, even if you're family or not.
Yeah, but everybody's equal, but some people are more equal than others. You know, it's doesn't work. It just doesn't work. I mean, I agree with you, but it's just not what happens. That's not how real life works. I mean, and the thing is that I agree with you. Anybody could benefit from company because human beings are social creatures. Yeah. However, if you've been burned by your colleagues before, and you're trying to keep a good work-life balance,
then naturally your defense is going to be up.
Yeah, absolutely. If that's what it takes for you to be comfortable, then go ahead. Like, who says she hasn't got she doesn't have badminton in her free time, to name you something stupid, and she's got someone she plays badminton with every weekend. I doubt it, but that may be the close thing to a friend, someone she chats to leisurely.
It's interesting that she gave up on all the small talk. She just went for staring instead.
That's
mad.
It's just kind of like she knows that if she humors the conversation,
it will just keep going.
It'll
just keep going. So fair enough.
I just really respect the fact she has the balls to say, or rather not say, enough. Like,
what more do you want? What more do you want?
Yeah.
Does this have to keep going?
Yeah.
I get it. Alright, let's look at some comments. Not the arsehole. Brilliant power move. She's not trying to be friendly. She's trying to crack you because she can't control you.
Nah.
I feel like that's an over-examination.
That is a very... I mean, to some extent... It is... I mean, yeah. To some extent, it is an exaggeration, but only as far as the sense of control.
Yeah.
Because it's not when... I feel like this colleague she's talking about isn't trying to be in control of everything. It's just that, you just get those extreme extroverts who just feel the need to talk to people like that, and... when an extrovert meets an introvert, sometimes opposites attract, but in this case, we have a mortal enemy situation where you are my antithesis type thing. Stay away from me.
Yeah. Hey, we don't get along, but we don't have to get along.
This is the unstoppable force versus the immovable object.
Yeah.
Except the unstoppable force has been stopped.
Yeah, she's not going to win. If this is a win-lose situation, she's not going to win.
Yeah.
But she could also bow out and just go, okay, well, this is the way you are. I'll keep things short with
you. I mean, something? That's the thing. Most people are clever enough to understand that I don't need to be friends with everyone. I don't need to please everyone because it's a fool's errand. I'm never going to achieve that because people are so subjective to their opinions of one another that I may get along swimmingly with one person and another person I'm absolutely find me, unbearable. I mean, this is nothing. I'm not breaking new ground here. This is nothing profound, but it's like if you can't grasp such a widely accepted notion of human interaction, then maybe you need to rethink your strategies, my friend.
Someone else said, I'd argue that repeated personal questions that you've made clear are unwelcome are 100% harassment and reportable to HR.
No, because...
Let's back off. Sorry,
because it doesn't say anywhere. I mean, obviously, in a workplace, there's a code of conduct, and obviously, typically, in any well-written contract, that code of conduct is established in that employment contract. And unfortunately, most workplaces push for colloquialism and teamwork, and unfortunately, being well acquainted with your team members is a form of teamwork. So it would be a hard sell to HR to make this come across as harassment, although not impossible, depending on how involved HR. I mean, it would involve her telling HR why she doesn't want to, be open about these things, and that would already be synonym to letting her guard down, which she's not keen on doing.
What now? I mean, all she has to do is just go, don't feel like talking. I just want to do my job.
Yeah.
Like that's what I'm contractually obliged to do. I want to do that. Done. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
that's it. But I don't know. Yeah, people are more or less. Oh my days! This comment is longer than the post. I'm not reading that. And someone just went, "This is an excellent comment." I'm not reading.
I'll take your word for it, my friend. But
I'm sure it's a great comment. I'm not reading all that.
I'm sat from well away from the screen, and I can't see a TLDR. So
look at that.
Yo, is there a TLDR?
No, I looked for one.
Yeah. There you have it. No.
Yeah, forget it.
No courtesy, no nothing.
But it is what it is. Keep doing you. Maybe, yeah. I mean, one comment I did see that I'm going to paraphrase is maybe just straight up say, if you continue to push this conversation agenda on me, I'll be forced to talk to HR because ultimately, clearly, I'm not up for this conversation. I just want to do my job, and it's starting to feel like harassment.
And you're making me feel uncomfortable.
Yeah, and so just please leave me alone.
Back off.
Thank you. Like, yeah, bond this woman.
Yeah.
You're doing the right thing. You know? Hey, stay strong. Don't give
yo,
up.
we believe in you, Queen.
Yeah.
Yo, go get the bag.
Keep doing your thing.
Book your one table at Dorsia, man.
Yeah. You stay alone. Yeah. Okay? And
but only at the capacity where you being alone makes you happy. Is what we're saying.
Obviously, if at some point you feel like changing up and being more social, then you should do that too.
You know, if you find a Mr. or Mrs. Right, go for it.
Yeah.
That's it. Next story. Am I the arsehole for donating my inheritance to charity instead of giving it to my siblings? This is a very uncomfortable situation, to be honest. I'll try my best not to exceed the word limit and be as brief as I can. I, 34 female, never had the best relationship with my mother. It was not great when I was a kid, but I managed. It went downhill after I came out when I was 20 and told her I had a girlfriend. I went on to marry the said girlfriend, 36 female. She's now my wife of 11 years and we have 3 kids, and eventually lost contact with my mum.
Okay.
My relationship with my siblings was better initially. I have 2 brothers and 2 sisters, all of them older. Now I'm married into a very comfortable family. I would help my siblings financially, emotionally, in any way I could. And in any way I could. I later realized that they were exploiting me for monetary reasons and stopped that, but didn't lose contact with them. Only for the sake of being there for my nieces and nephews. My mother passed away earlier this year at the age of 67. She had many health issues. Her lawyer contacted me to let me know that she had left me a part of her belongings and some assets. I don't come from an exceptionally wealthy family, but my mum was not poor at all. Considering the relationship I had with my mum, I didn't feel comfortable taking the inheritance. I asked my wife, and she said that it was sweet of my mum to show this act of kindness even with a relationship we had, and suggested I could donate it to charity, doing some research or providing health services for breast cancer patients in my mum's name, which is the disease my mum died from. I loved the idea and went on to officially do that. My siblings were outraged once they found out. My mother left them all assets, though a bit less than mine. They were very angry that while this money won't make much of a difference to me, it is something that could change their lives and they needed it much more than some charity. My nephews have even reached out to call me a selfish arsehole because their parents were hoping to send him and his siblings to college with the money and now couldn't. Was I wrong to do this? I cannot wrap my head around not wanting to take, stuff because of, some complications with my, the idea of not being comfortable with taking an inheritance because of not having a good relationship with, the person who passed on, leaving that stuff behind.
Yeah.
I cannot wrap my head around it because at the end of the day, those things, have nothing to do with the relationship you two had. And, maybe I'm saying this because I'm not particularly wealthy and I don't have anything in abundance. But it just seems like a waste to me.
What, to give it to charity?
Yeah, it seems like a waste to me, personally.
Instead of giving it to your family?
No. instead of keeping it.
Okay.
I'm gonna get to the family.
But
aspect.
she said it's not going to make a huge difference to her life, implying she's already wealthy. Like,
then put it into savings.
but she's again like it's just not really. It's not a big deal. She said to her, she's basically
Yeah. No,
what
no,
she's
no.
basically inadvertently saying is in the post is I am. No. None of you understand.
Hey,
I'm minted.
I'm flush.
I am I'm. Look, you guys, you think you think you got a few grand in the bank. I'm rich. I'm rich. Not just in spirit, in money, lucrative yachts, rugs,
Jet skis.
children. I've adopted 3.
Angelina.
I could get
chocolate.
more. I've got one of each nationality. I've got
She's
everything
got,
going for
She's
me.
got a catalogue.
My wife,
Stunning.
11 years, beautiful. She's practically never aged.
It's all that Botox we could afford.
We just every time I see a wrinkle, I just, yeah.
Botox.
We add another clip to the back of her head, pull the skin back.
She's looking like a fucking clothes drying rack. Look, with all those pegs we put at the back of her.
But what I'm saying is my life is perfect. So yeah, I'm gonna throw money at a charity.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. I cannot wrap my head around it. I can't fathom it. However, it is also true that this money belongs to her and these assets. And what she does with it is her business, nobody else's.
So
her siblings just come across as incredibly greedy and
exactly, yeah.
like and entitled because, like, yo, you got given your share, sharp. Like literally, you've been given your slice of the pie now because, you see this very lovely apricot pie mum's made for us. Yeah, mum, I'm allergic to apricots. Oh, it's okay. Yeah, actually, that doesn't make sense.
Yeah, I was wondering where you going.
This does not.
Keeping that in.
Yeah, okay. My incoherence is part of the process. This does not make sense. Yeah, look, the point is that it's her stuff now. Okay, she decides what to do with it. The siblings have no say in the matter, nor do the little dirtbag nieces and nephews who are trying to go to school. She's not in the wrong here, I don't think. Although I can't say I do understand her actions.
It was never their money anyway.
No, yeah.
No. So it was never their money anyway. Who cares? You know what I mean? Like, all you nieces and nephews, you know what I would do?
What?
I would make them fight. I would create a Hunger Games-like situation. I'd do some weird shit. I'd make them do an IQ test or like, I'd pit them against each other. And then like, in the end, I'd still give none of them money.
So what you're saying is that...
Look, I'm wealthy. That's what I'm saying.
What you're saying is that you would stage an environment where the lower class would fight for your entertainment.
Yeah.
Like Roman Emperor style.
And I'd be like, just for the sake of it. And then at the end of it, I'd be like, well, the money's still going to charity. Technically, I'm still a good person.
What if, like, they turned on you? I mean, you've given all these people weapons. And once they see you as the common enemy...
I'd make sure that there was, like, thick glass between us at all times. All times.
All times.
Yeah.
Like, not even in, like, a... You just don't want to smell them.
I'd move around in, like, a glass box with, like, wheels.
How are you
like,
breathing?
And, like, feeding tubes and holes.
How are you breathing?
I told holes.
Oh, holes, right,
Yeah.
okay. But what if they exploit those holes to throw rocks at you?
Well, yeah, they could rock up my tubes, to be fair.
Mm-hmm.
And then I like, stop breathing.
Yep.
Like, no, not the,
So essentially, you're making
children, not the holes.
So in this very Mad Max situation, for what's probably a very modest sum of money, you're saying that you would make yourself a very vulnerable target to your enemies.
But then I'd have like backup holes at the bottom because I'd have like like trolley wheels.
Yeah.
I'd have loads of trolley wheels around the bottom of the glass box.
It's just
I kind of push the box with my hands.
So yeah. Anyway,
is it making sense?
No. So yeah. Anyway, the siblings don't have a leg to stand on. I don't think.
Yeah. But then they could try and tip the box. To be fair.
Oh, there is no box. What are we talking? What are you doing?
I don't know, man. I'm exploring options. I'm seeing. Look, she doesn't want to give it to the siblings, and look, maybe we just take charity off the table for like 2 seconds. What fills the space? This is what fills the space.
Well, she said assets. Assets could mean anything. Could be a house. Could be vehicles.
But look, I'm dancing.
Shares.
True. Could be anything.
In the stock market.
But
Who knows?
it could be. Look, the bottom line is the youngest daughter here, the happy, wealthy woman who's writing this post with seems like a very good life. She tried helping them out financially in the past, and they just took advantage of her. She had to sadly come to the realization that
she was taken
advantage of, and went, well, this has to stop. Stopped it, and like here we are again in a kind of situation where financially they're trying to take advantage of her again. Who knows? Yeah, maybe she is taking it too far on the aspects of, like she could put her nephews through school or whatever, but ultimately she doesn't have to. It's her life. It's her money.
That's what I'm saying.
I just do like the tiny little flexes of just how wealthy she is, though. I do quite enjoy
Turns up in the funeral, caked up in jewellery.
When she just mentions, like, well, the money, it's not that much to me, but to them it's life changing. Yeah.
Put it all on a roulette machine.
It's like, I could do, no, you don't get it. I could quite literally buy my family 4 times over. And then another 4 times. Like, I'm fine. I'm so much better. And my wife's so beautiful. God, I'm just so much better than all of them. I'm so much better than all of them.
Where are we going with this, man? I feel like we lost track.
My mum, she died. That's sad. But God damn it, am I the best?
So, in reality, she's quite a giving person. But in your opinion, or rather, in your version of the event, she's an arrogant, self-aware.
I adopted 3 kids.
To be fair, they could have been biological kids.
True, they could have had a
sperm donor. No?
Yeah, they could have. I'm living in the past. I just assume. You know what it is? I think it's because we mentioned Angelina Jolie at some point. Yeah, and that just stuck with me.
Well, I mentioned her after you brought up adoption.
Maybe we. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I've just been thinking about Angelina Jolie a lot.
In her prime, sure, any day. Now, not so much.
Or just in relevance to the adoptions.
Oh, you didn't mean in general?
Yeah, I think, well...
Dude, she's Tomb Raider.
True, yeah. No, well, yeah. But no, I think the moment she mentioned the 3 adopted kids, I just kept thinking about, how many kids has Angelina Jolie adopted? Let's have a look.
Why speculate, yeah. Yo, what's the... Hey, wait, make me guess.
Wait, hold on. Is it... Okay, we're talking adopted. Do you want to do total kids or adopted kids?
Okay, I'm gonna do both.
Okay.
I'm gonna start with adopted.
Okay. So let's do adopted, then let's do biological, and then
no, wait.
We can just do a quick summarization of the total.
Let's do total.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna guess out of the many adopted.
Okay, this is such a shit segment, but let's do this.
How many kids does Angelina Jolie?
It's so stupid. Okay, yeah, we're gonna
This would make a terrible game show.
This is like, it's very much of what this will only be entertaining right now. We should really just soak in that this is only going to be
I know
for about 2 minutes, and then this will literally for the rest of our lives never be entertaining.
Because then we'll have our answer.
Yeah,
we'll never wonder again.
Exactly. So anyway, okay, go on.
Okay, so I'm going to give you something outlandish adopted. Yeah.
Okay, go on.
Considering how well off they are.
Yes.
I'm going to say 12.
12
adopted.
12 adopted.
Yeah.
It's a football team.
Yeah.
With, only room for 1 sub, unfortunately.
They couldn't afford any more. How many? I give up.
15. No, imagine. No, 3.
Adopted.
3 adopted.
How many?
So, you got to guess.
Okay,
this is a game show you came up with.
Okay, so now I have to guess total kids.
We really should have established.
Just give me the answer.
Should have established some rules to this.
Just give me the answer.
To this game that we've created. Okay, so there are 3. Yeah, people have completely lost interest.
Oh yeah.
In this whole segment by now, because everyone's eager to know. There's 3 biological children and 3 adopted children. So they went 3 for 3.
Oh, okay.
Basically,
that's not impressive.
So maybe I knew that. The back of my mind, and that's why I thought, oh, she's adopted 3. What if the post is made by Angelina Jolie?
What if?
What if? And she's like, well, I can't make it too.
No, but that doesn't.
She's like, I can't make it too obvious. I'm just gonna, Brad Pitt is beautiful. Women are beautiful. Maybe I could just pretend he's a woman for the post so people don't figure it out. Has Angelina Jolie got any siblings?
What? This is now the. We are now stalking Angelina Jolie.
Parents, spouses, relatives. She's got a brother. She's got one brother.
One brother.
But maybe she changed the story for multiple siblings to throw us off the scent.
Us.
Yes.
Just us.
Us.
No one else. She's like, shit. I'm posting on the arsehole. Guerrilla Hotline are definitely going to cover this.
People could look into it.
The
only accurate detail I'll give is the amount of adopted children and my wealth. That's the only accurate.
There's no way they can suss it out. But guess what? We did.
Wow.
Anyway, yeah, I think
So dumb.
I think OP is well in the right. The money's hers. She can do what she wants with it. The rest of the family can kindly suck a big fat one, and
Is what is. Stay mad.
Yeah, just do one.
Stay
Honestly,
mad. You can't really do much.
You can't touch this dosh. So
to round it off, look, you're obviously fine. You're a great person. Got a beautiful family.
You've done a lot for charity.
Got a house with a case of stairs.
I think you were brilliant in Tomb Raider and Mr. and Mrs. Smith.
Yeah, I mean, if we could talk about your personal work, I mean, there's a lot to be desired, but you get a lot. The phone's still probably going nuts. Yeah, I don't know. Don't really watch that many Angelina Jolie movies, to be honest.
Fair enough.
Don't you think it's weird that
we're still talking about her?
Well, I was going to say, don't you think it's weird that people go to the cinemas based off of the merit of an individual actor that they really like, as opposed to if the movie is actually good or not?
You want to hear something really sad?
Oh.
Yeah, that's kind of how I operate, to be honest.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm like, not
yeah, but you're way more into your movies than I am.
Yeah, not even in a cunty way. It's purely on the merit of if a movie looks good or not.
Well, no, I mean, look.
I'm going to go see that.
It's kind of like
Woody Harrelson's in it.
No, I wouldn't be for Woody Harrelson. I don't care about him. But I'm saying, in the sense that, how do I put it? It's more like if a plot sounds interesting, like the synopsis sounds interesting, then it's like, okay, oh, and so's in it. Oh, I like them, and
That's it. You're sold.
Well, it's not that I'm sold, but yeah, maybe it is.
Yeah. What Dwayne Johnson?
No, I don't care for him.
Yeah, me neither. Let's look at some comments.
Yeah.
Not the arsehole. The Inheritance. That's going to be our whole segment of Dwayne Johnson forever now. The Inheritance was yours.
We spoke at length about Angelina Jolie.
the highest paying Hollywood actor. We spent about
2 seconds.
That's enough. People know enough about him.
Yeah.
Everyone's got an opinion on him.
Mm-hmm.
And we're giving him more time than he needs.
Yeah.
Back to the comments. Not the arsehole. The Inheritance was yours to spend or invest as you like. Your siblings have no claim to it. I understand that the fraught familial relationships can sometimes make it hard to think clearly, but did they really fool you so bad with it was selfish of you to give your money to charity that you had to come on here and ask? So basically, I think she started second guessing herself.
Oh,
and she was like, "Do you guys think I'm an asshole for giving away to charity instead of my family? Is that an assholery thing to do?"
Oh yeah.
And so the top comment is basically saying, "Did you really think it was that bad of a thing to do?" That's what I'm saying, dude. It feels a little bit like this woman's like, "But I'm giving it to charity, guys. Hey, I'm a great person, guys."
Look,
a little bit. Anyway,
what you do with your stuff is your business.
Yeah.
It's just as simple as that. Look, it's always difficult with inheritance stuff, and a lot of things get muddled. A lot of people feel like they get, shafted, and surely it's just stuff. You'd rather much have your mum back and plus, if you really think about it, your mum wouldn't want you arguing over these things,
She said that it was not great when I was a kid. It went downhill after I came out when I was 20 and told her I had a girlfriend. Interesting. And she eventually lost contact with her mom. So she lost contact with her mom. A lawyer contacted her to say that she'd left her a part of her belongings and some assets. Okay, her mom wasn't poor at all. Oh, sorry. Okay, cool, fine. I asked my mom to charity. So her mum, even though her mum didn't have contact with her for ages, she left her more assets than she did her siblings. Interesting.
Fucking hell.
Goes to show how shitty her siblings are, I guess.
Who knows?
Yeah.
We could
Sorry,
speculate.
That was the point.
We could speculate.
I just wanted to explore that a little bit.
We could speculate until the cows come home why she may have done that, but you'll never know. Ultimately, it just boils down to what I said before. It's been left to her. Legally, it's now her property. She does what she wants with her property. End of story.
Is what it
like
is.
if she
could still do the glass box idea.
Definitely. But, although the orphans wouldn't benefit from it as much.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is it'd be the equivalent of getting paid at the end of the month and saying, I'm going to donate my whole paycheck to charity, when your co-workers say, well, you're not going to use that money, just give it to me. Stupid. Same deal.
Yeah, but this is family, isn't it?
Yeah, I know.
But then she's already established she's not close to her family.
There you go.
So I guess they are just people.
Yeah.
In her life.
Yeah. That's, I think we've... Do you want to read another comment or just leave it?
I mean, they're all the same.
Reddit is an echo chamber.
Everyone's just like, it's your money, do what you want with it. No, it is. It's a combination. She said it's going to charity, so no one can really argue against that. If she was like, I'm spunking it on a pool, everyone would still be like, well, it's your money. Yeah, it's your money. Bottom line. Yeah.
No, yeah. That's kind of all there is to it. We've kind of gone ring around the rosies with it, but yeah, that it boils down to just it belongs to you. Your property is your prerogative. What you do with it, and that's about it. Your siblings don't have any claim to the throne, so they can suck out.
Live your life, and that's it. That's everything.
That's everything.
Bye. And this has been it. Thanks for listening. We hope you enjoyed it. More podcasts coming, more content coming. Just take our word for it. Don't ask.
Stop asking me where I've been.
Stop making it weird. Just accept that we're back. And that's that. All right? Love you.